Hey everyone, I'm coming to you with a video on Michael Jackson and Madonna, the two biggest stars, musical stars of the 1980s decade, arguably the two biggest stars of the 1980s musically wise, music pop wise, popular wise. But yeah, I'm finna do a video on those two and their connection. Many people believe they first connected in 1991 at the Academy Awards, but that was not true. They actually met in the early 80s, early 1980s. Both of them shared the same manager at the time, Freddie DeMann, and they actually met in the early 80s. Madonna and Michael Jackson actually met in the early 80s. Madonna was actually a huge fan of Michael Jackson. Even then, she was a huge fan. She's always been a huge fan of Michael Jackson, but they originally met in in the early 1980s. For people who didn't know that, although they met in the early 1980s, they really didn't. I mean, they communicated on and off. They would communicate all throughout from then, from time to time. But, they came together again like in the early 90s, early 1990s, as they was going to record a duet song in the closet on Michael Jackson's Dangerous album in the early 1990s. The album was actually released in 1991, but they came together to record or possibly record a song. It was rumored to be in the closet from the Dangerous album. During the recording or during them hanging out, conceiving the recording, the topic of Madonna attending the 1991 Academy Awards came up apparently, and Madonna had asked Michael. Michael was asking her about it and who she was taking, and she had said, she didn't think about it. She asked him, did he want to go? And he said, yeah, and that's how they ended up going to the Academy Awards together. The famous pictures of them at the Academy Awards, and you see them here at the Academy Awards, and yeah, there's several pictures there of them at the Academy Awards. Look at them, and another picture of them at the Academy Awards, and see them there. Yeah, so they end up going to the Academy Awards. It shocked the world, two of the biggest stars at the Academy Awards together. It was a really, really, really big story and huge story. The one thing that people think that was the only date they went on, but that's not true. They went on a couple other dates after the Academy Awards. Like this when they went out. This is not from the Academy Awards night. This is like about 2 weeks after the Academy Awards in 1991. They went out to dinner there. These are famous pictures. You see them together. Going out, hanging out. Yeah, you see Madonna behind the wheel driving them. Yeah. Yeah, see Madonna. They're in the car again. Okay, this is another time they were out, a different time they were out here. See them hanging out, Madonna and Michael Jackson, they're hanging out there. That's on another occasion they were hanging out. Yeah, what's Mike? What Mike looking at? We don't know what Michael's looking at here in this picture, but this is them out again, and you see them. So we see from these pictures that they had hung out a little bit more than at the 1991 Academy Awards. They hung out a couple of times, so that's we could kill that misconception of them only hanging out at the Academy Awards. They hung out a couple of times, so. Longtime gossip columnist and longtime Jackson family friend Flo Anthony, seen pictured right here, at the time even confirmed that Michael and Madonna's relationship had went further than just one date at the Academy Awards. She also stated at the time, like in the early 1990s, that Michael had told her that Madonna had actually spent a night at Neverland, and they got into Michael and Madonna got into a discussion about Madonna had told Michael at the time that if they start dating, she is not going to Disneyland. So this is what Flo Anthony said that Michael confided in her at the time. Keep that in mind, because this subject about Disneyland and Disney World or whatever, Disney World, Disneyland, is going to come up later. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind right there. Even with Madonna allegedly telling him that she was not going to Disney World or Disneyland if they started dating, they still were cool. They still were good. Michael and Madonna at the time was still good. That ultimately didn't break them apart from being cool with each other. What appears to have broke them apart, though, was Madonna spoke to the public, to the media. She had a couple of interviews where she was critical of Michael, where she said that she would like to change his image and get him out of buckles as far as his, style, as far as his persona and everything. She would like to change his style up. And, that was like, Michael was livid. He was livid at this, apparently, and reportedly. He didn't like that at all. He was mad as some people would say. He was mad as hell about that, from her going to the press and criticizing him. That was something that he could not allegedly forgive, and that really right there was the straw that broke the camel's back as far as their relationship, when she was critical of him, especially to the press. He didn't like that at all, and apparently that's what broke them apart eventually. So yeah, Madonna learned not to talk in publicly or criticizing Michael. She learned the hard way on that one. So that was allegedly the thing that broke them apart. And then Michael discontinued having a part of his song as well, or wanted to record with her at that point. So they keep that in mind as well. Well, Michael was so upset with Madonna for criticizing him publicly. He never really had nothing to say to her publicly from that point on. Really kind of cooled on the relationship with her overall. And in an interview around 2000, around 2001, Michael had this to say about Madonna.
Adulation and the notoriety that she can't get that. Like a library book of women who are tied to walls. I love thank you for well, I want to see this. I think she likes shocked that I knew Madonna laid the law down when we went out. I am not going to Disneyland. Okay, that's out. Okay, I didn't ask you to go to. Okay, we're going to the restaurant. Afterwards, we're going to a strip club. I am not going to a strip club where they cross the guys or girls. I am not going there. Just afterwards, she wrote some mean things about me to friends, and I said that she's a nasty witch. I thought it was so kind of her. I mean, when I told you we were at the table eating, some little kids came up. Oh my God, Michael Jackson and Madonna. Can we have your autograph? And she said, get out of here, leave us alone. I said, don't you ever talk to children like that. She said, shut up. I said, you shut up. That's how we went. Yeah, that's what I said. But then we went out again, and then she was at the Academy Awards, and she's not a nice thing.
Now, you just heard what Michael had to say about in terms of with Madonna. Did you not hear the tinge of, it seemed like he was kind of, still kind of bothered by her saying things about him in the press, as he kind of mentioned them as mean things in the press. But I hope you caught that. And I hope you also caught that he kind of said the same things that Flo Anthony, legendary gospel columnist, said earlier, like had said years earlier, that he had told her about Madonna saying something about Disney World, not going to Disney World or this and that. He kind of backed up her claim in this interview that he did happen. He's saying that happened. So that's kind of, I find that interesting as well. You know, that conversation did take place allegedly. So that was kind of interesting. I like the little snapback by MJ that he said that she told him to shut up, and he snapped back and told her to shut up, putting her back in her place. As far as the kids coming up to them, that was kind of cute. It caught me off by surprise, but yeah. But it's something when his comment calling her a nasty witch. It seems like to me, and you know, MJ is cool with me. I think MJ was a good person, and MJ fan. But it seems like to me that MJ was a little butthurt by her not only criticizing him and his style and his look or his what he had going on, but also I think the biggest factor was that she went to the press publicly. She publicly criticized him. I think that bothered him more. I think that bothered him more, and he carried that with him. He was being a little, in my opinion, he was being a little petty here. Mike was being a little petty here on this one. I don't know what your opinion. You can comment your opinion below, but I believe he was being a little petty here. But that was Mike. He was being a little petty. As we know, Michael Jackson untimely passing on June the 25th, 2009 took us all by shock and surprise. And Madonna, during a tribute to Michael Jackson speech in memorial of him at the MTV Awards in 2009, September 2009, which was in my opinion, was a great speech, great tribute to him. It was a tearful type of speech, and it was kind of emotional. She tried to keep it light at certain points. I'm gonna leave a link to that tribute that she did to Michael Jackson in 2009 at MTV. I'm gonna leave a link to that tribute in the description below. You can check it out later. I'm just gonna use this excerpt. This is an excerpt from that speech, Madonna 2009. And I'll read it like this. And it seems like a whole new generation of kids have discovered his genius and are bringing him to life again. I hope that wherever Michael is right now, he is smiling about this. Yes, Michael Jackson was a human being, but he was a king. Long live the king. And these are Madonna's words at the 2009 MTV Awards. And she gave a speech, a heartfelt speech about Michael Jackson at that award show. And like I said, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. You can check that whole speech out that she did on Michael Jackson. And it's in my opinion, it's worth checking out. Yeah, that was a nice speech at that 2009 MTV Awards. Then in 2016, around 2016, Madonna actually revealed some more details about a little more insight into their relationship. In this, it's like a carpool TV show. Here she mentioned to the guy that she had a little intimacy with Michael. They shared a little intimacy where they kissed and tongues were some tongue kissing was happening. She said that she initiated it because he was kind of shy. And she mentioned that she had to use Chardonnay wine to loosen him up a bit, but he was a willing participant, So I just want to, she did make note of that. So, So she did say that on the show. So we don't know if that happened or not, but she did say it. Madonna did state that he was a willing participant, and yeah. So we might not never know, but I'm gonna leave a link to to the video so you can hear it for yourself or check it out yourself. I'm gonna leave a link to this video as well of her on this carpool show and her talking about her encounter or kissing Michael. Them sharing an intimate moment. So you can check that out. So I'm gonna leave a link to that below as well. So you can check that out if you got time. Yeah, we may never know all the details of the Michael Jackson Madonna connection. And, but that's none of our business. That's their business. That's their story to tell and, or their stories to keep. Michael Jackson is no longer with us, of course. Madonna's is still here. So that's their stories to keep. They were two grown individuals and, hey, two grown people and they they had a right of having their business be their business, yeah, it's interesting. I think it's an interesting topic to talk about those two. A lot of people seem to think it was just one date in the Academy Awards, but it went a little further than that. It went a little further than that Academy Awards date in 1991. I just want to let people know that. So, there might be a little bit more to it here. It might be a little bit more to the story here. I just suspect that there's a little bit more to this story here. But hey, that's all I got in this video. And I hope you liked it. If you liked it, give it a click of a like. You can share this video or you comment below on this video as well. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel as of yet, what you waiting on? Subscribe to that channel and get it popping. But anyway, Madonna and Michael Jackson, what could have been. Wow. Think about that. But like I said, that's the last I got on this video. And I'll check you in the next one. And peace. And I'm out.